Los Angeles is home to millions of people looking for a healthier lifestyle. Well, look no more. Your World Today is here and is a show offering you a wide array of topics to improve your quality of life. From a healthier living to making smarter decisions. Welcome to Your World Today.
Hello and welcome to Your World Today. My name is Ofelia and I'm so glad you can join us today.
And I'm Carignane, and we're excited to have you with us.
So I see you're sitting straight. Is that because we have a special guest?
We do, and he's watching, and he's a spine specialist, so he wants to make sure that our spines look good.
So we're with Matt Chong from White Memorial Medical Center. He's a spine surgeon. Welcome to the show, Doc.
Thank you very much.
So glad to see you. He does the Spanish version very well. So we'll see how your English is.
Hopefully just as good. We'll see.
Okay.
And let's not switch to Spanish, because I'll get nothing out of it. So.
Okay. We'll keep it with Shakespeare. Doctor, what is stenosis?
So stenosis, it refers to a condition where the space for the nerves as they run through the spinal canal all the way down the neck into the low back, that space gets compromised. It becomes smaller than it normally is. And when it exceeds a certain level, it can start to pinch the nerves and start to cause symptoms. How
prevalent is this ailment?
So it's a common ailment, and probably one of the most common things that I see in my office. The vast majority of stenosis cases are related to the degenerative and arthritic changes that you see over a lifetime. And so in the elderly population, especially, we're talking patients as they get into their 50s and 60s and beyond, a lot of them can suffer from this condition as a result of the arthritis that's built up.
You know, a lot of people will think they have a little pain in their lower back and I'll just tough it out. What's the point where the symptoms get too strong or too severe and you want to see a doctor about it?
So I'm going to talk about low back or lumbar spinal stenosis today. And really, there are some typical classic presenting findings that people should stay abreast of, should be aware of. And these findings usually do necessitate a visit to the doctor to start the workup and kind of see what's going on and what the treatment may involve. The classic symptoms we're talking about usually related to upright activity, specifically walking or standing. And what we mean specifically is patients commonly as they stand and walk start to experience pain that radiates from the low back into the buttock and down the legs. They can also experience numbness that radiates down the legs. And many times they endorse this history of some weakness and heaviness in their legs that prohibit them from walking a far distance. And what you see very commonly in stenosis patients is that because of these symptoms, the pain, the numbness, the weakness in their legs, their walking capacity gets less and less and less over time. And most commonly I ask my patients, you know, compared to where you were 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, how far can you walk comfortably now before you have to sit, before you have to take a break?
Is there any stiffness involved in some of these symptoms?
Yes. So very commonly, the stenosis is a result, as I referenced, of arthritis in the spine,
right.
Worn out discs and arthritic joints, and all of that can be a stiffening process in the back. And so it's kind of a double whammy in the sense that the back gets stiff from the arthritic changes, and then also the nerves can start to get pinched and produce this stenosis.
Carrie, I have so many questions. I'm sorry. I have friends that are all messed up, and this weekend I had some friends over, and the lady friend, she's walking like a penguin. She's got like lumps in her buttocks, and she's got a stiff neck and can't stand a massage. She should go see you, right?
Well, so many times stenosis or lumbar spinal stenosis is not a disease entity in and of itself.
Okay.
Very commonly it's in conjunction with other things. A lot of times people are coming in with tight muscles, muscle spasms, muscle knots. And you know, the technical term we use is myofascial syndrome, but really it refers to aside from arthritis, which can affect joints and discs, we can see strain and sprain in our muscles, in the ligaments, in the capsules overlying the joints.
Can stress do that to you, doctor?
Stress can do these things, yeah.
I knew it.
And you said that it's usually something that comes with age. What are some things that you can do to maybe prevent it or to make it less severe? I mean, are there preventative measures that people can take?
Yeah, so really the standard of care to start with, the conservative treatment I always like to start with is physical therapy. The key is really, in the physical therapy, it's twofold. It's to maintain as much flexibility that we have in our back to avoid those twisting, stretching, sprain, strain type injuries and minimize episodes of things like sciatica and things like that down the road. But also it's to build core strength. It's to strengthen our abdominal muscles, our back muscles, to maintain a good posture when we sit, when we stand, when we walk, and live our everyday life.
Doctor, not that it has anything to do with me, but do well-endowed chests have any impact on your spine? It's not funny, it hurts.
Yeah.
You know,
so,
there's...
Absolutely, yeah, so there is definitely a correlation between that and having episodes or increased episodes of back pain. But a lot of it, again, goes back to that core muscle strengthening. It's in trying to maintain as good of a posture as possible by strengthening all of the muscles we have that support our back.
So then exercise is...
Absolutely, absolutely.
But then it also sounds like with exercise, proper stretching, and make sure you're limber before you pull anything.
So always a combination between stretching and flexibility with the strengthening. Yeah.
Wow, Doctor, I want to keep on talking to you, but we have to go on a commercial break, but we'll be right back and we'll continue our very interesting conversation with Dr. Chong. Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
Tired of your current job? You've been laid off for a longer period of time because you may lack the necessary professional skills that employers are looking for today? Don't be another unemployment statistic and arm yourself with the tools of knowledge. Call the number on the screen now. NPCollege can fully train you in a wide variety of healthcare, business, and general legal fields in just a few months. Call now or visit us at www.npcollege.edu. NPCollege, where a better future begins.
The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program. Saving time and money with concierge level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952. Thank you for being with us. This is Your World Today. I'm Ofelia de la Torre.
And I'm Carignane von Poli, and we're here with Dr. Matt Chong from White Memorial Medical Center Spine Institute.
So we've been talking about stenosis and what that is and how we get it and how we fix it and all that stuff. Doctor, thank you for being with us. So how does exercise impact our health with our spine?
So I think two key points are, number one, it's the preventative effect of doing things like physical therapy and strengthening and flexibility, but also the treatment effect. So in terms of the preventative effect, by strengthening our core muscles, our trunk, our back, by improving our posture during everyday activity, and by maintaining our flexibility, we really minimize the chance of back injuries in the future, whether it's spraining or straining your back, whether it's an episode of sciatica, whether it's herniating a disc. In terms of the treatment effect, we find that very often by doing those same exercises with the core strength, the flexibility, and the stretching, that we can actually treat some pain, numbness, tingling, weakness that people have as well.
Did you just say that you can treat pain with exercise?
Yes.
That's huge. And people don't know that this is in fact true, that you can do exercise and get rid of back pain.
Well, and absolutely. And what I see commonly in my office is that there are a lot of patients that come in that may not have had things like physical therapy. And really, we're talking about organized physical therapy at an outpatient location. It's a prescription that we usually provide.
Yeah, because if you leave it up to us, we're going to say, well, tomorrow we'll do it, right, Carrie?
Right, well, we put it off. It tends to happen.
Yeah.
But we find that very often, by doing the physical therapy, patients state that they have some pain improvement, and then actually they choose to defer on any further treatment or workup of their condition because of the improvement.
And it's not just the exercise, but it's doing exercise the right way, correct?
Correct. So I always stress it's doing it the right way and doing it with regularity.
So, doctor, having said that, let's do it the right way. Let's put it to the test. And
Sure.
What better person than my good friend Carrie?
I always seem to be the guinea pig in this situation, but
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm happy to do it.
I have the high heels.
I know,
so.
I'm going to wear high heels, so I don't have to do it.
all right.
But I'm going to go over here and do some exercises.
Thank you, Carrie. So right now, Carrie's getting some exercises. Now, what are the possibilities of getting your health, your spine health back if you have arthritis and all these other, like sciatica, which is huge? Most people have a bout of sciatica in their lifetime.
Sure.
How does that impact them?
Well, I think the key, and I think sometimes where patients may get a little distracted, is many patients come into the office focused on x-ray findings, on MRI findings. I have a disc bulge here, it says I have a pinched nerve here. And really, as the spine specialists, we really try to refocus the patient on their symptoms, symptomatic improvement. How do we get them to a better quality of life? And really, our more aggressive treatments, whether it means doing steroid injections in the back or even an operation down the road, really that's contingent on a patient's symptoms, more so than just a isolated finding on an x-ray or an MRI scan.
Okay, doctor, thank you. I think Carrie and Robert Rose are ready, so we can see what those exercises entail.
Thank you, Ofelia and Dr. Chong. And now I'm here with Robert Rose of robertrosefitness.com. Robert, you're going to show us a few exercises that are low impact and that anybody can do at home, I guess.
Correct. Yep. No special equipment needed. We're just going to start off with some simple exercises in the chair. I'm going to be sitting down. I'm going to have good posture, straight up and down. My abs are tight. What I'm going to do, balance myself with my hands. I'm lifting one leg up and down, lifting one leg up and down. Then we do the same thing with the other side. Lift, lower, control up, control down.
Where is that lift coming from? Is that from your legs or from your abs?
It's from your abs, part of your lower abdominals, part of your hip flexor muscles, everything there in the core. A more challenging version, I'm going to take my opposite elbow, opposite knee, slight rotation here, just through a comfortable range of motion. I don't want to go beyond and twist my back into anything that's too contortionist or anything like that. Then another more challenging version, again, I'm kind of bracing myself with my hands, lifting both knees up and down, up and down. Ideally, anywhere 10 to about 20 repetitions of these, 2 or 3 sets of each exercise.
And then how often, frequency-wise?
Minimum 2 times a week, ideally 4 to 5 times a week would be optimal for that.
All right.
And then we're also going to do a couple exercises.
Yeah, I see the mats here. I know we're going down.
Yep, we're going to do
something down here.
We're going to do a few exercises here.
Okay.
I'm going to give, again, a basic version and a more challenging. First one we're going to start off with is just a plank. So I'm starting off on my knees, my body staying nice and straight, squeezing my abs tight. My butt's not way in the air and I'm not drooping down. My elbows are directly under my shoulder. I'm going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Now, if that's easy, I can make it a little bit more challenging. I'm going up to my toes, again, squeezing my abs tight, my body straight. We can also do the same exercise to the side. Again, my elbow is directly under my shoulder. My body is staying straight. My bottom leg is bent. To make it more challenging, I'm going up onto my feet like that.
All right.
Again, ideally, we're going to try to do about 30 seconds for each exercise. If you can do more, that's great.
And then again, how many times per week are we
A
looking
minimum
to do that?
2 times per week, ideally 4 or 5 times per week.
Now, do you have to have a mat at home to be able to do this?
No, you can do this on the carpet. You can do it on a beach towel, anything that's kind of cushioned under
The
your
mat
elbows.
doesn't give the power, it's you.
Correct.
Okay.
That's
All right.
just cushioning your elbows.
All right, very good. So with a chair and a mat at home, it looks like you can do some great exercises, low impact. Again, Robert Rose has shown us some great things to do at home, robertrosefitness.com. And we're going to toss it back over to Ofelia.
Wow, thank you, Carrie and Robert Rose, for those great exercises. Doctor, So you're right. They were talking about that.
Absolutely, yeah. And those are a great set of exercises to do every day at home.
So the core is crucial.
Correct.
What can we do at home if we can't get to the gym, or how shall we use our posture?
So I think a couple of key points, and really I think it's common sense, but people forget.
Right.
And they need to be reminded, is there is a way to maintain what we call good back hygiene, and it's trying to minimize, again, those risks of back injury, of throwing out your back. A couple of key points. Number one is the way we choose to bend.
Right.
So very commonly we see patients in the office, they come in and we ask them to bend and they go like this down to the ground pretending to pick something off the floor. And really that's not the best maneuver for the back. The best way to bend is really to bend through our knees and try
Right.
to maintain as upright of a posture in our back as possible. Now
Great.
inevitably we end up having to bend a little bit, but we try to maintain upright posture and
Right.
bend through the hips and
All
the
right.
knees.
Well, thank you for that advice, doctor. I'm going to use it every single day if I don't forget. Thank you for being with us, doctor. We're going to go to a commercial break, but we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. This is Your World Today. Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
Tired of your current job? You've been laid off for a longer period of time because you may lack the necessary professional skills that employers are looking for today? Don't be another unemployment statistic and arm yourself with the tools of knowledge. Call the number on the screen now. NP College can fully train you in a wide variety of healthcare, business, and general legal fields in just a few months. Call now or visit us at www.npcollege.edu. NP College, where a better future begins.
The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program. Saving time and money with concierge level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952.
This segment is brought to you by Southern California Edison Federal Credit Union.
I'm so happy to welcome you back to our show. This is Your World Today, and I'm very, very happy to be sitting next to Tony Salse. He's Vice President of the IT Department at SCE Federal Credit Union. Tony, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And as you know, millions of Americans lose their identity through all kinds of fraud. Tell us about the different types of credit card fraud people should be aware of.
There's skimming, there's phishing, and there's online and theft of the ID. Fraud happens when somebody grabs your information and uses it for transactions that you don't authorize. We should be very careful and be very aware of it.
How do credit card holders make themselves vulnerable to fraud?
That's a great question. By not really going into your account and looking at the different transactions and looking for things that you've done in the past, or they might be fraudulent. Also, shredding the statements when they get to your house. That's very important because fraudsters like to go into your trash and pull that information out. In addition to that, when some people like to put their PIN on their card, so they put a Post-it note on the card, and yes, it's convenient, but what happens is they lose their debit card, and all of a sudden transactions start occurring on their account that they didn't approve.
So Tony, I have a question. Every time I get those invitations to fill out for a credit card, I actually have that thought of, what if somebody finds it?
Right.
Can they actually fill it in themselves and get my information?
Well, it's not so much information, but they can be as you to the credit card company and open an account. So, good tip, get a shredder.
Okay. So how can a credit card holder protect themselves from fraud?
There's a number of ways. As I mentioned, looking at your account on a periodic basis to make sure there's nothing abnormal, if you will. Also, you have the ability to go in and look at your credit report on an annual basis. It's free. So it's a good idea to do that as well. When you're online, make sure you look at the lock on the top of the browser to make sure that that is a secured site, because sometimes it's not, and that opens you up for fraud as well.
Tony, if I go to my favorite coffee shop and I go online, they have Wi-Fi there. Is it cool for me to do my banking?
Not cool.
Not cool?
I would suggest you not do any kind of business transaction on an open Wi-Fi because it's open and there's really no security that's embedded into that network.
So Tony, is there anything else a person can do to protect themselves?
Really, it's being aware. Sometimes with ATMs, thieves can modify them, so when you put your card in, that's actually, you think it doesn't work, but they are able to pull that data out, they're able to look at the PIN, and then they have your information. So if you see it's been tampered, move on to the next ATM.
So if I suspect fraudulent activity or tampering, what should I do?
What you should do is call the credit union immediately or the credit card company and let them know fraud has occurred potentially on your account. In addition to that, another good tip is put your credit card company's phone number on your phone, because when that happens, you're scrambling to find the credit card information and you really don't want it when you're stressed out like that. So it's on the phone, you're good to go.
So how does SCE Federal Credit Union protect their members from fraud?
Well, we do a lot. But one thing we do is make sure that our SCE FCU credit card holders are not liable for any transactions that are unauthorized, as long as they let us know that's occurred. Another layer of protection that comes from Visa, and what it does is monitors transactions, and it kind of understands how you pay for things with your card. If you find that everything that you purchase is in the LA area, and all of a sudden you're buying something in Florida, a flag goes up, and potentially it'll stop the card from working.
Does the credit union have any future advances for fraud protection in the future?
As you know, we're always working on things for the future and helping our members to avoid fraud. One of the technologies we're working on currently is what they have it out in Europe, and they're bringing it to the United States. That will basically put a chip on the card, thus making it more secure. In addition to that, this is pretty exciting stuff, by the way. Our team is working on a technology that will allow you to turn the card off and on using your smartphone.
Wow.
And if you want to only use the card in a geographic area, say for instance LA, that's all it's going to work. So we're pretty happy and excited about that.
Tony, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great information. You see that? So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. This is Your World Today.
This segment was brought to you by Southern California Edison Federal Credit Union.
The Martinez family is about to change. Mariana passed her driver license test and the family has been budgeting for a new car. That's why they trust in the SCE Credit Union See You at the Wheel auto buying program. Saving time and money with concierge level service, delivering the exact car her family selected without going to a dealership, and they get a great rate on their auto loan. SCE Federal Credit Union has been helping families finance their dreams since 1952.
Tired of your current job? You've been laid off for a longer period of time because you may lack the necessary professional skills that employers are looking for today? Don't be another unemployment statistic and arm yourself with the tools of knowledge. Call the number on the screen now. NPCollege can fully train you in a wide variety of healthcare, business, and general legal fields in just a few months. Call now or visit us at www.npcollege.edu. NP College, where a better future begins.
Do you have questions about your health insurance coverage under Obamacare? Are you confused about Medi-Cal and Medicare dual coverage? Are you worried you won't be able to keep your doctor? Our friendly counselors at White Memorial Medical Center's new Community Information Center understand your concerns and can enroll you in coverage that meets your needs. We are here Monday through Friday to answer all of your questions. We invite you to come and visit our Community Information Center at White Memorial and let us help you.
Welcome back. We're here to talk a little bit now about finishing high school. Or for those who didn't finish high school, what are some of their options, right?
Very important to get your high school diploma at least.
Yeah, it gives so much more opportunities later in life, and for those who
frankly, we don't want to go back to high school. I mean,
I don't think they let us in,
no,
so
no. Well,
there,
not me,
there needs
anyway.
to be some other option, right?
Well, there is, and that's why Miriam Murbano from NPCollege is here today. Hello, Miriam, welcome.
Hi, Ofelia. Hi, Chris. How are you?
So what is the importance of having a high school diploma?
Oh, it's so important in today's market. So every time that a person is going to go and look for a job, what is the first thing that they will be asked to? Do you have a high school diploma or do you have a GED? And the moment that you say no, that you are
End
going
of
to
conversation.
end of the conversation, and
Yeah.
it could be that you're going to get the job, but what are the chances? When the competition out there, they have college degrees and they have master's degree, and so it is really important to go at least and have the high school diploma out of the way, the GED class out of the way.
You mentioned the GED, so that's the other option for people who can't go back to high school like us. So
True.
what is the GED, and how does a student go about getting it?
The GED is the equivalence to a high school diploma. So if you are not older than 18 years old, you can get your high school diploma. But after that, the other option is to get your GED. And it's going to be, it's a document that is a federal document, is good all over the United States, and nobody will question it. So what you need to do is go and take some classes, get ready, and it's basically telling everybody, I have the same education as a high school kid. That's all that you're saying.
Right.
After that, you can do many things with it. Like, if, for instance, if you want to have a license, therapist license or a production license, you have to have a high school diploma as well. You also, it is not only important for your own education, but also to set the example for your children. You want all of them to finish high school. But if you have not finished high school, it is important to show them, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get my GED, or I'm going to get my high school diploma.
Not only that, Miriam, but if you get your GED, you can access federal benefits, money.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you talk about that,
Yeah.
because the moment that you get the high school
Right.
diploma or the GED, you're also telling the government, I'm ready for the next step. And that's what happens. After that, you go to college, you get a technical career, and also you start being more marketable out there for jobs.
So students who want to get their GED, where are they going to go to get help with that? Where can they obtain it?
Oh yeah, all that they have to do is to go to NPCollege. They can call us to the number that is showing in the screen right now, and we will have all the information for them.
Very well. So if I call you and I ask you for an appointment, I can go that same day?
Same day, say afternoon, you can just, you actually can show up and we will give you the information, because that's how important we think it is. That the moment that you take the first step, we want to take you and we want to say, yes, your help is here and this is what you need to do.
You guys take me by the hand, all
By
the
the
classes
hand.
that you offer, all
Yes.
the courses,
Absolutely.
all the grants, scholarships, you tell me everything.
Everything that you need to know, and the time. There are some people, oh, this is actually something really important. There are some people that got their high school diploma in their own countries. They come to the United States and they say, oh, you have to start all over again. Well, we have the system and the process for everybody to follow, for them not to just waste all the time, but actually to revalidate what they already know.
Very good. Thank you for that
Oh,
information.
you're very welcome.
This is it.
Another day where I think we both learned lots.
Yes.
Did you learn a lot?
I learned a whole lot, and I hope that you did as well. So thank you for being with us. We'll see you very, very soon. It was great working with you, Carrie.
It's always fun to be here with you too.
All right, we'll see you soon.